Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rikishi is a member of the legendary NOI family, known as the Bloodline in WWE. On social media, the WWE Hall of Famer sent a message to his family members and shared a group photo. Members of the family, including Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, the Usos, and others, were featured on the latest edition of Stephanie's Places on ESPN+. Despite their bad blood on WWE television, the OG and new bloodline were respectful towards each other and discussed the importance of their family lineage among other topics. On Instagram, Rikishi explained how proud he was of his family members and promoted their appearance on Stephanie's Places. You can check out Rikishi's post on Instagram below. Uso also hyped up the Bloodlines episode on Stephanie's Places and sent a message on behalf of this family. The newly crowned WWE World Heavyweight Champion revealed how happy he was to see his family come under one roof and discuss various subjects. On Instagram, he posted the following message. In late 2024, Uso reunited with Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso during their feud against Solo Sikoa and his faction. The trio was joined by Sami Zayn, who was once the honorary use of the faction. At Survivor Series, War Games, Reigns, the Usos, Zayn, and CM Punk defeated Solo Sikoa and his stablemates, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tom DeLoa, and Bronson Reed. The members of the NOI family are currently focusing on their respective storylines. Chi is the reigning World Heavyweight Champion and could be on the verge of defending his title against Logan Paul. Meanwhile, Jacob Fatu won the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41. At the same event, Roman Reigns was betrayed by Paul Heyman, who was also a member of the faction. Rikishi, one of the most iconic members of the legendary NOI family, has finally made his feelings about the current state of the bloodline known. And he's done it in a way that speaks louder than any promo, tweet, or backstage interview ever could. In a time when the wrestling world has been obsessed with power struggles, betrayals, and shifting loyalties within the bloodline, the WWE Hall of Famer broke his silence in a way that sent shockwaves through the industry. He posted a photo. But this wasn't just any ordinary picture. This wasn't a throwback or a casual group shot from a family barbecue. No, this was a deeply significant, present-day image featuring Rikishi standing shoulder-to-shoulder with Jacob Fatu, the Usos, Jimmy and G, and several other powerful figures from the family lineage. Their facial expressions were intense, focused, and united, and the caption said everything it needed to. Family, loyalty, legacy, that's all that matters. In the wake of WrestleMania 41, which left the bloodline fractured and uncertain, fans and insiders alike have been speculating non-stop about where the family truly stands. Roman Reigns, once the undisputed tribal chief, suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of Cody Rhodes in the main event, a match that many believe marked the end of an era. Solo Sikoa's recent actions, particularly his cold, ruthless leadership in Roman's absence and his mysterious alliance with Jacob Fatu, have left people questioning the very foundation of the bloodline. And then there's the case of Jimmy and G Uso, who've walked separate paths for over a year, but now seem poised to find common ground once again. Amid all this uncertainty, Rikishi's post couldn't have come at a more powerful time. WWE social media exploded the moment Rikishi uploaded the image. The wrestling world had grown accustomed to cryptic tweets and half-baked interviews when it came to the NOI family, but this was a full-on declaration. Standing proudly with his sons, Jimmy and Jay, and next to the monstrous presence of Jacob Fatu, who has quickly emerged as one of the most dangerous forces in professional wrestling, Rikishi sent a message that didn't require a single word beyond his caption. The family is watching. The family is involved. And the family is ready to reclaim control of its narrative. Sources close to the situation say that the photo was taken just days after WrestleMania 41 during a private gathering in California. It wasn't a WWE-sanctioned shoot. There were no production crews, no stylized lighting, no brand deals. This was personal. This was real. Jacob Fatu, who recently signed with WWE and made an immediate impact by aligning himself with Solo Sikoa, is believed to be at the heart of a potential new era for the bloodline. And with Rikishi now visibly endorsing the group, at least part of it, the dynamic within the family just got even more intriguing. What makes this development even more significant is the ongoing tension between Roman Reigns and his extended family. Many have wondered whether Roman's head of the table era truly had the full support of the entire Anoa'i dynasty. While Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, were seen supporting Roman in the early days of his reign, others, like Rikishi, kept their distance. Rikishi has never directly criticized Roman, but he's also never offered glowing public endorsements the way some others have. Until now, his silence spoke volumes. Today, that silence has been broken, and in doing so, Rikishi may have just shifted the balance of power within the bloodline. Industry insiders are already speculating about what this means for the future. Could this be the beginning of a new era of bloodline leadership, one where Jacob Fatu, with the spiritual and emotional backing of Rikishi, begins carving out his legacy? Could Jimmy and Jey Uso be on the verge of reuniting under the guidance of their father, perhaps in a final mission to restore honor to their family's name? And what does this mean for Solo Sikoa, who has shown no hesitation in dismantling the old guard and establishing himself as a cold-hearted enforcer? Rikishi's photo and caption have also reignited interest in a potential on-screen role for the Hall of Famer. While these appeared sporadically in WWE over the years, most notably in dramatic family confrontations, his involvement has always been limited. But with the Bloodline saga entering a critical new phase, there's growing buzz that Rikishi may be ready to step out of the shadows and into a more active position, both on-screen and behind the scenes. Fans have taken to social media with passionate responses. One fan tweeted, "Rikishi standing with Jacob Fatu and the Usos. That's a warning shot. The true bloodline is forming." Another wrote, "Roman's silence after WrestleMania spoke volumes. Now Rikishi is speaking even louder. The throne is shaking." Jacob Fatu, for his part, has remained relatively quiet since the photo went live, but his facial expression in the image spoke louder than words. He stood tall, his presence imposing and undeniable, as if daring the world to challenge his place in this family. His journey to WWE has been a long one, marked by dominance in promotions like MLW and a reputation for being one of the most feared competitors in the business. Now backed by the weight of family legacy and Rikishi's endorsement, he may be poised to rise faster than anyone expected. And then there's the question of Jimmy and Jey. Both brothers have had their ups and downs, especially after Jey chose to walk away from the bloodline and SmackDown entirely to forge his own path on Raw. But despite their differences, Rikishi's post shows them standing side by side again. Not as rivals, not as strangers, but as brothers. Their bond has always been deeper than storyline feuds or brand affiliations, and perhaps now, under the guidance of their father, they're ready to bring that bond back into the ring. In recent interviews, Jey Uso has been cryptic about his relationship with his family. "I love my family, man," he said during a Raw interview earlier this month. But love doesn't always mean loyalty. And sometimes you gotta choose peace over pride. That quote now seems even more loaded in light of Rikishi's public show of unity. Could Jey be reconsidering? Could he be preparing to rejoin forces with Jimmy in a new iteration of the Usos, one that fights not just for gold, but for family honor? While Roman Reigns has not issued a statement or social media post in response, WWE sources have confirmed that the tribal chief was aware of Rikishi's gathering and reportedly not pleased. Roman, who has maintained an iron grip over his portrayal as the leader of the bloodline, now finds himself potentially sidelined as his own family redefines the concept without him. There's even speculation that the company is planning a dramatic confrontation between Roman and Rikishi later this year, possibly as a lead-in to a major Survivor Series or SummerSlam storyline. Paul Heyman, meanwhile, has remained eerily silent. The wise man, who has been Roman Reigns' chief strategist and voice, has not commented publicly on the situation, and that silence is becoming deafening. Many wonder whether Heyman has been in contact with Rikishi or Jacob Fatu, or if he's simply observing, calculating, and preparing for whatever storm is coming. Make no mistake, something is coming. The Bloodline saga, already one of the most compelling long-term stories in wrestling history, is evolving once again. With new faces, new alliances, and old legends stepping back into the spotlight, the Anoa'i family legacy is entering a new era. And at the center of it for the first time in a long while stands Rikishi, not just as a father, not just as a Hall of Famer, but as a symbol of the past, reminding everyone who truly built this table in the first place. Whether this leads to an all-out family war, a shocking reconciliation, or the formation of an entirely new dynasty, one thing is clear. The Bloodline's next chapter is already being written, and it's being written with pride, pain, and purpose. In the world of professional wrestling, images are often more powerful than promos. And in sharing that photo, Rikishi didn't just post a family picture. He issued a challenge to Roman, to Solo, to anyone questioning what the Anoa'i legacy really stands for. Loyalty, respect, unity, the true meaning of Bloodline. And the wrestling world is watching. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.